Today we're going to work on lesson 6.8. And we're working on pages 281 through 283. And we're going to look at number 1. So we need to look in our math book really quickly to kind of look at the demonstration, the example on page 281. So we're going to do that. So the example looks like this. We have 3 friends sharing a grapefruit. Elena ate 1/3, Lee ate 1/9, Sarah ate 3/9. What fraction of the grapefruit did they eat altogether? So we're going to add all of their parts together. Now, we can't add this 1/3. We have to convert it, right? When we convert it, this lady over here, this young lady's telling us that it's equivalent to 3/9. So now we can add them together once we have converted the fraction. And it equals 7/9 of the grapefruit. Okay, so we're going to do a problem right now. Mrs. Long needed sugar for her recipe. She had 1/4 a cup of sugar in an open package. Mrs. Long added 7/8 cup of sugar from a new package. How much sugar did she use in all? And we have a little bit of the problem written down with some green boxes. So we're going to take a quick peek at that. We're going to take 1/4 plus 7/8, and we're going to convert that 1/4, and then that's going to equal a green box, and that's going to equal a green box. And then down here we're going to say she used green box cups of sugar in all. Okay, so if we're going to convert this 1/4, if we're going to convert 1/4, it has to be converted to have an 8 in the denominator. So we're going to multiply it by 2 on the top and the bottom. And that's going to give us 8 on the bottom, and it's going to give us 2 on the top. Now we can add these together. We get 9/8. Does anybody see what the problem is with having 9/8? That's an improper fraction. So what we're going to do is we're going to say this means the same as 9 divided by 8, right? And 8 will go 1 time into 9. 8 times 1 is 8. We subtract, and we're going to get whole number 1 and 1/8. Okay, so our answer is she used 1 1/8 cups of sugar in all, because we really don't want to end up with an improper fraction in our word problem. Okay, let's look at number 2. So number 2, we have some boys drinking different amounts of milk. Sean drank 5/6 quart of milk. Roger drank 7/12. Damon drank 11/12. So we're going to add all of their milk together, and that's going to tell us how much they drank all together. Okay, so I'm going to do number 2 down here. So we have 5/6 plus 7/12 plus 11/12. And that's going to be the same thing as green box plus 7/12 plus 11/12. And then I'm just putting in the rest of my green boxes. There are a lot of green boxes in this problem. And then at the end, we're going to say they drank green box quarts of milk. All together. Okay, So the problem with this is I can't add these with having a 6 as the denominator here. So I'm going to multiply it by 2 on the top and the bottom, and that's going to make it into a 12th. And the top, instead of being 5, is going to be 5 times 2, which is 10. Now when I add this together, it's going to really be an improper fraction, isn't it? 10 plus 11 is 21, plus 7 is 28 twelfths. Yikes. So I'm going to have to say 28 divided by 12. 12 goes 2 times, and 2 times 12 is 24. So when I subtract, or when I divide, I'm going to end up with 2 and 4 twelfths. 4 twelfths is not in simplest form. I can divide the top by 4 and the bottom by 4. And when I do that, I'm going to get 1/3. So they drank 2 1/3 quarts of milk altogether. Okay? We're going to do the last problem. So the last problem is based on having a whole number for a starting point. So if I start out, a craft store has a 9-yard spool of ribbon. In the morning, a customer buys 1/5 a yard of ribbon from the spool. In the afternoon, another customer buys 7/10 yards of ribbon. How much ribbon's left? So we started out with 9 yards, then we're subtracting from that. But we have to convert this into a mixed number to do that. So instead of 9, we're making it into 8 10/10. And then we're going to convert this into a tenth, and we get 10/10 minus 2/10 minus 7/10 is 8 1/10. We're not going to worry too much about method 2. We're just going to worry about learning method 1. Okay? So we have another problem down here. Terry had to travel 12 miles from town A to town B. He traveled 5/8 of a mile by bus, then another 1/4 of a mile by car just before the car broke down. How far was he from town B when the car broke down? And we're going to write method 1. We'll just write that on our page right here for number 3. So method 1 is 12 minus 5/8 minus 1/4. And that's going to equal green box minus 5/8 minus 1/4. And that's going to equal green box minus 5/8 minus green box. And that's going to equal green box. And then we're going to say he was green box miles from town B. All right, so we're going to take this 12 and we're going to convert it into a mixed number. We're going to say that it is the same thing as 11 8/8. We want to have an 8 on the bottom so we can subtract. Now we're going to go like this. We have 11 8/8. This guy over here has to become an 8, right? So we can subtract. So we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 2. And that's going to be 2/8. Makes an equivalent fraction. 1/4 times 2 on the top and bottom is 2/8. Then we're going to say, 8/8 minus 5/8 is 3/8. Minus 2/8 is 1/8. So our answer is 11 1/8 miles from town B. So this was kind of a nifty thing. Whatever you need the denominator to be, you can just make it, if you needed it to be a 5, it could be 11 5/5. If you needed it to be a 7, you could say 11 and 7 over 7. So a whole number 1, always equals a number on top of itself. If I have 5 pieces of pizza and I give you all 5, you have one whole piece of pizza, right? Or if I have 7 pieces of pizza and I give you all 7, you have one whole pizza. All right, I hope this helped you to see how to use fractions in real life, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for joining me.